Right, I'm in the FFmpeg project folder, and there are some files in there already. The two main ones we're looking at is DD-MP4 and 6MP3. Just basically, one's a random sound file from Google, and the other one is a video that I did a few weeks back. So, let's have a look. For FFmpeg, there are too many options in this video to cover. I can't. There are so many things it can do. It's an extremely powerful tool. You probably already heard about it. And it provides a lot of back-end services, so like front-end, like Kdenlive and other video editors. So it does a lot, but usually you don't interact with it directly. In this little video, we're just going to show some basic things that you can interact with it to do things. I think once you learn, I mean, if you know this off by heart, then brilliant. You know, you could just you'd be a keyboard wizard. You could convert and change and edit and everything. For us mere mortals, it can be a little bit daunting. So I'm just going to give you a few, and these are and I must stress, very basic examples, because as you can see, the manual is big. There are so many options. You could do an entire series based on this. But first, we're going to have a look at some ways to get some file information about these two that we've got, the MP4 and the MP3 files. FFmpeg can give you some basic information on these. It can show you the bitrate at which it's been encoded, the audio, etc. So the basic syntax we're going to be using is FFmpeg, of course, -I, which is really just like the input file. It's telling you which file that we want to have a look at, and the name of the file, in which case is dd.mp4. You can, of course, change it to whichever file, like 6.mp3. And it will give you a whole screen full and then some of information. The top part of the information we really don't need to know. It's just really the bottom part where it says metadata, encoder, and duration and start. So that's kind of like the information that we want to know. And if we have a look at the MP4, again, it will show you the same kind of like whole lot, and then just at the bottom is the meat and potato, the meal that we want. So there is a way that we can filter out all that extraneous information at the top, and how we do that is we just need to add a little thing at the end. So it's FFmpeg-I, name of your file, then -hide_banner, and it will filter out all the unnecessary stuff and just give us what we need. And in this case, it's that. We've got a little bit of, at least one output file must be, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there's the information we need. It shows you the audio. It's WAC, 48,000 hertz, and 155 kilobits per second sound. And if we do the same thing for the MP3 player, slightly less information because it's just really the audio. But then it shows the encoder, it was Google, shows you the duration, at start, bit rate, all that kind of thing. So the bit rate on this one is 320. So that's the highest, I think, for an MP3. Don't know if you can go on higher than that. So yeah, that's how you get a little bit of information. That's pretty useful. We can also convert file format. So say for instance we've got MP4 and MP3s. We can convert the DD MP4 file to, let's say for instance, AVI. You can convert that if you wish. You might have some old videos knocking around that's in AVI format. And FFmpeg will just quite happily just chug away and convert it for you. There we go, which is pretty good. So we'll just list it, and there we can see we've got dd.avi next to the dd.mp4. And you can convert it into other things. Also, we could convert the AVI file. Let me just change that to AVI. We can change the AVI file to, I don't know, something an obscure format. FLV. Let's have a look at that. There we go. We'll just let it do its magic. Takes about the same length of time. And there we go. And we'll list it again. And there we've got an FLV file. So that is pretty handy. Because it's not just MP4s it can convert. You can also convert sound files. So we're going to convert the MP3 into, oh, I don't know. And we can put them all on one line rather than individually like we did. So we can change it to an OGG. We're going to change it to a WAV. And a FLAC. It's not limited to these, of course. And we'll have a look at just how many formats it supports in a minute. And there we go. And we've got all these other extra sound files as well. So FFmpeg, you know, boom. There you go into the directory where all your files are. You could just convert them in a batch style if you want. Really amazing. And also look at the formats that it supports. We're going to pipe it into less because there are a lot. And there we go. And as you can see, there are some really obscure ones here. I mean, not obscure if you use them, of course, but there's Sony PS2 ADS, and there's Bethesda Softworks Video, and Monkey's Audio. I've no idea what half of these are. There's one called, this is my British sense of humour, but Double Entendre. There's one called Bonk, and it's a raw bonk at that. Fantastic. And Black Ops Audio. Fantastic. See some of these. Sega Film, there's Apple HTTP live streaming, Microsoft Windows Video, and there's Indigo Vision 8000. And yeah. Some of these you heard of, like obviously MPEG-TS, but some of these, like Pro Pinball Series Soundbank. Just amazing what it supports. It just goes on. Nippon Telegraph and Telephone Corporation. Amazing. We'll all look at extracting audios from video as well, seeing as we're on the topic of audio. It can. This is this is one that I want to do a lot myself. So I mean, you know, like you download some YouTube videos and stuff like that. You might want to extract the audio. So the best way to do it would be FFmpeg, and the name of the video you want to extract the audio from, in which case it's DD MP4, and we're going to call. Then we need to put -VN, and then it's dd.mp3. It's extracting the audio, and there we go. And we'll list this. And there's DDMP3. And if we have a look at the specs of MP4, you know, the audio quality, let's have a look. We'll just hide banner. It says it's 155 kilobits a second, and the audio rate is 48,000. Which I think is standard, I think, or something like that. I don't know what that is. I usually have mine at 44,100, you know, for audio. And there we go. There's a closer look at the MP3. And it's encoded at 128, and that's still 48,000. But you can also change the bitrate if you wish. You can either, so if it's really too high, you can pump it down. I mean, let's pump it down from 128 to 96. So we put -AB, the audio bitrate, and we'll put 96K. Remember to put the K, because if you just put 96, it'll say it's too low. And we'll just convert that. We're going to write over the MP3 that we've already created and have a look at the new values. It tells you there anyway, but we'll have a look. And there we go. Look, it's 96 kbs. And if you want to change the audio bitrate, the audio rate, sorry. So it's 424,100. And we'll overwrite that again. Yeah, so we've got the audio frequency is now being changed to 44100. And we can change the file format as we did before. So if you don't want MP3, you want something else, you can do that. So that's kind of useful, isn't it? I like that. This is only a quick video, 10 minutes of that. And I can only just barely touch the surface of what this can do. if you want, I can do because I'm learning. You know, the great thing about these videos, what I like doing is that on many of these things, I'm learning as well. I make lots of videos. I made it coming up to about 500 videos, but I never touch FFmpeg directly. It's always via, like I say, a front end, like Kden Live or whatever. So I'm learning this as well. So, you know, I'm showing it on screen and I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. Because to me, it's something new. And this is what I like about these videos. We can learn together. Well, I mean, learn together. I mean, I'm learning. You're probably trying to understand what I'm trying to say. But you know what I mean? So, yeah, FFmpeg basically is an extremely powerful application. It can do a lot more than I've shown in this video. You can extract pictures from videos. You can, like thumbnails and all sorts of wonderful things. You can apply filters and special effects. You name it, you can do it. And I might do another video on that later. It depends how this one works out. But yeah, it's a valuable tool to have in your toolkit, your tool belt, as it were. Excellent. And it works very well on FreeBSD and GhostBSD and all the rest of the BSDs. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, if it was in any way useful, it probably wasn't, but let's say if it was, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you've given more than one of my videos a thumbs up, which, you know, I mean, statistically you're probably going to do, then please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, then please hit that notification bell, because you're not going to miss out on any videos I release if that's dinging for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This and every other video on my channel has been made using FreeBSD and open source software.